everyone, this is David with Tigner Adventures and my wife Ninette and our little cat Tansy. We live full-time in our motorhome. And this last video that we're doing on the Yuma HAMFEST. But today is the last day of all the different events. So there's a lot of different sessions that are going on. And so we're gonna kind of highlight some of the different sessions and things that are being taught here because that's part of the club. They're doing a balloon launch here in just a little bit. So we're gonna videotape that, show you the balloon launch. And then there's also all the vendors that are inside. So we'll kind of go through and show you some of the things that are here and why it's so great to come to the HAMFEST if you're looking for any of these things, you know, the things that put things together kind of things. So I'll show you those things. Anyway, we still have all the tailgaters out too, so that's like a big yard sale going on out and about, and so we'll kind of show that a little bit more. So we got a few things planned for today. Now we are right next to the airport, the Marine base and the airport. So we get jets flying over quite often. We have to quit talking when they fly over because they're right above us. Pretty darn, I mean, we're right on the takeoff zone. In fact, part of the camping is next to a, it's kind of blocked off for the crash zone. So we can't put people there. So that's how close we are. But anyway, with that said, we have to coordinate everything with the airport and the Marine base to do a balloon launch. And so they have that all coordinated. There is no real wind this morning, so we are, it looks like we're gonna be a go for the balloon launch. So we're pretty excited about that. So we're gonna go check out the balloon launch and show and see kind of what's going on there. Well, actually, first things first, we're gonna get breakfast. So they have this concession stand here. They've got breakfast. Gonna get biscuits and gravy, $5, and coffee with free refills for $2. I mean, the pricing is just unreal. I can't believe it's so cheap. I mean, we go out to eat at the actual restaurant out by where we live right now, and it's $3 for coffee, and the biscuits and gravy are about $6. So I mean, they've kept their prices really low over here, so it's pretty nice. Here we are, biscuits and gravy, nice hot coffee. Okay, we are here at the station where they're going to launch the balloon. They are starting to fill it up. They have to make special arrangements with air control, traffic control with the airport to launch this, and our window starts at 9 a.m. It has been all approved, and there's a light breeze, but not much, and so they are filling the balloon.
Okay, so what happens here is after it gets enough gas in it that it can hold up its own weight, you want to stay kind of around it with your hands open in case the wind starts to blow. You just want to keep it kind of upright.
So while they're filling the balloon, let me tell you just a couple things. They use APRS to actually track the balloon. The balloon gets pretty good size, and all they're doing now is they're trying to keep it from the breeze from knocking it over, but they're just kind of guiding it, letting it fill up, and they are filling that up with helium. So each tank of helium that they're loading into this will give it 10 pounds of lift. They've calculated that they need to have 19 pounds of lift on this balloon. So they'll be using 2 tanks of helium. Each tank of helium costs $400.
Okay, so your new job, now that we're halfway there, you're going to want to sit Indian style.
Now the key is to make sure it's got enough weight to hold it down and we don't launch prematurely. And over here to the left, as we're looking out through here, this is going to be the payload with the transmitters on it so they can follow it. So the balloon is full. This particular balloon is designed to go up about 80,000 feet, and then it will actually expand enough that it will burst. The balloon itself is about $400. So what happens is it bursts, and then the payload over there in that white container and along that way, they have parachutes that will deploy, and they'll monitor where that lands, and they'll recover that later this afternoon. There are balloons that they set up, and they do tracking on them where they go up high enough and they'll actually circle the earth 2 or 3 times and do different readings all the way around, and they track where it's actually going as it travels around. But the ones they do here at the different fests, Quartz Fest and the Yuma HAMFEST, are designed to only lasts so long so they can recover it the same day and get the payload back. But we're looking at, right now, we're looking at least $1,200 that has to be spent to just between the balloon and the tanks before we can even launch. The group that is doing the balloon launch here, we're actually on a 15-minute wait right now from the airport. The group that's doing the launch right now is called ANSAR. It's Arizona Near Space Research. Okay, Randy is setting up here, and he's actually going to be tracking the balloon. So if you look right here, this is the satellite dish. And how does this normally work? Like right now we're on a 15-minute hold. So how does that, I mean, I guess we have special restrictions because of the airport.
Right, so we have people that are in contact with the military and the FAA, and they call just before launch to make sure everything's still good. And sometimes the military, particularly here, puts us on hold because they're getting ready to launch planes or have something going on that we don't know details about.
Okay.
And so generally we'll either call back in 15 minutes and check again, or they'll contact us again.
Okay, so the APRS signal that the balloon is sending back has a GPS location.
Correct.
As it's moving.
Yes.
And do you track that on your laptop then? Is that what you're picking up and putting there? Or?
Yeah, so basically it comes in on our antenna on the rotator over there and comes down to this receiver, and the receiver sends it to a modem, which then sends it to the computer. And the computer has a program that we wrote that takes our location here and the location of the balloon, including the elevation, and determines where to point the antenna based on those factors.
Oh, cool, great, well thanks.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, first pilot balloon is up.
Goes the first pilot balloon. Kind of gives an idea of what the wind, how much wind is blowing and where it's going to head. So then the payload individuals have moved the direction the wind is blowing. And they're going to launch here in the next couple minutes.
Okay, so in a minute, once we can, we're going to bring this up, we're going to stretch it out.
Okay, the actual parachute is right under the balloon, so it'll be pulled up, and then when that blows, then the parachute will be deployed at that point, open up. And as we go back around here.
All right, we're releasing the other pilot balloon again.
So they're going to release another pilot balloon.
Yeah, it's kind of going more that way.
It's going more towards us now. So they're going to move over just a little bit more.
Stretch out. All right. Pull back and stretch. Straighten up. All right. Remember, once it releases out of your hand, you're going to peel off to the left because you got everybody behind you coming. You don't want you to get run over again. Oh, yeah. All right.
Well, that was pretty exciting to watch. And so the balloon is up and away. And now tracking, we'll just monitor it. They're taking video, it's reporting video back. So they'll just be watching that for the time frame it takes to get up to altitude, and the balloon bursts and then it drops, and then they'll run out, and actually the recovery team will go out, and based on the triangulation that's been sent back from the balloon, the GPS coordinates, they'll go out and get the balloon, recover that. So anyway, pretty exciting. All right, so as you can see by these signs here, there are quite a few seminars going on throughout the HAMFest, and they are located in 2 different buildings. We have 2 seminar buildings. So we have Seminar 1, and then across the parking lot or fairgrounds, they have Seminar 2. So it's the furthest one away. But they have the different classes going on throughout the session. So you just kind of look in your booklet and you figure out which one that you want to attend, and it has the actual time there as to when that actually is going to start. And it's best to get there a little early if you can, if you want to sit anyway, because some of them get pretty popular, and it gets a little crowded sometimes. The seminars are listed online also, so you can go to the website and get a list of those seminars and actually pre-plan your trip before you even come to the HAMFest to get a booklet. If I didn't mention, it does cost $10 to get into the HAMFest. They give you a nice wristband that you have to show as you enter the event. The color changes every year, so you can't just save it for the next year. But $10, what that $10 does is it also enters you into a door prize for, in this case, they're giving away 2 Anytone radios this year. So it enters you into the drawing for that. These guys have all kinds of different connectors and wiring and switches, and look, they even have tubes. So if you have something that takes tubes, they have a tube tester here. I used to actually have all this stuff when I was a kid. Got it from my uncle. It was pretty interesting. Now I live in a motorhome. No space for any of it. So the country store is an area that people can bring all their used equipment in and put in here. And you can either donate it to the club, or you can just do, it's a consignment thing. So you put in so many, much percentage that gets paid back to them. And so, but you get rid of your equipment. So that's nice.
Gentlemen that stop by the office looking for your keys.
So Ham Radio Outlet has a store in Phoenix, and they always support the Yuma HAMFest by having a couple booths down here. They always come down and sell lots of product and answer any question that you might have about buying things from them or just getting information about the product. So this is Polymer Engineering. Cure issues with RFI.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I've showed you around the hall here, some of the exhibitors that have been here, and some of what's been going on. We've also looked outside to see what's happening out there as far as the tailgaters are concerned. There's a lot of equipment here, a lot of really good deals. I picked up a key because I want to learn Morse code. I also picked up some pieces to build an antenna. I want to build a new antenna to mount onto the top of my motorhome. I want it to be automatic. It's got to raise up and then go back down whenever I want to use my big HF radio, which is the high frequency that allows you to talk to anywhere around the world and all this kind of stuff. So that's kind of one of the steps I wanted to learn while I was here and talk to different people. I've got that all taken care of. It's been a fun show. Now it's time to go have our dinner and also all prize drawings and see if we happen to win. So as you can see, we have lots of food set out here, and we also have a lot of different people that are sitting around waiting to come up to get their dinner tonight. They have their tickets in their hand, and they have to turn those in as they come up to get food tonight. So we're going to talk to BJ here if we can round her up. She's also in charge of all the food, so making sure that happens. So, and actually we'll show BJ's family here because she's recruited them all to come. So hi guys, raise your hands. These are all the volunteers that are here. Oh yeah, we got Lisa right here too. They're all here to dish out all the food tonight. Okay, like I said, BJ is in charge of the dinner tonight, or at least getting it out, right? You kind of arranged the whole thing too, right?
Yep, I did.
So what are we having tonight for dinner?
We have a choice between pulled pork or chicken breast, and then with that goes salad, corn, a roll, and butter.
Great. And who are we giving a shout out to that provided all this great food for us?
Texas Roadhouse.
So Texas Roadhouse, we work with them each year and put this all together. They make it a pretty simple task,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They're easy to work with, and they've been a great supporter.
And they've been here on time today.
That's helpful. This has been a good year. So, okay, well, I guess it's time to get eating, get working,
Yeah,
or whatever,
we'll get
right?
everybody lined up and get ready to serve.
All right, thanks, BJ. And thanks to your family.
Okay, thanks.
Well, we started this day with breakfast, so now we are eating dinner. Okay, well, that concludes the Yuma HAMFEST in Yuma, Arizona. 16 prizes given out tonight, plus a lot of recognition. So we do appreciate everyone's help. We do appreciate all the volunteers and all the participants that came in and paid for everything. So that was all mentioned tonight. So anyway, this concludes this video. So thanks for coming along. We'll just say goodnight for now, and we'll see you down the road. Maybe we'll be on our next video. Thanks.